Click the subscribe button below to receive new videos as we release them. Hit the thumbs up button so others can find our content. For more information, visit thejerusalemassembly.org.
Reality in Distress by Ruben D. Garcia. Greetings, my beautiful and beloved family, and faithful friends. Today, June 30th, 2026, may seem like another day, but the current reality is very deceiving because there is an ongoing mental crisis for those that have chosen to be residing in what has been referred to as an old Earth. Ever since the shift took place in the early year of 2026, many people have experienced symptoms of indescribable awareness. Some have referred to it as the transformation of consciousness or ascension in awareness. However, as for many others, it has become increasingly difficult to deal with many arriving energies, specifically those energies affecting the Earth. Gaia, as it has been known, was going through a transformative stage itself. Equally, humanity was also being affected by the same energies, except it was our conscious nature. Today, humanity is weathering the storm to some degree, especially those that refrain from following the Ascension protocols tender to all of humanity to ascend as Gaia was ascending. There are various reasons why each individual chose not to adhere to the same principles Gaia was being affected to ascend into a higher cosmic order or stage. The reason most people may have chosen not to believe in the prognosticated shift in consciousness may be the influential teachings based on our learned dogmatic principles. This was and continues to be humanity's greatest challenge as a society, since the conscience shift had to deal with individual beings being conscious on unique divine principles that in no way mirror what today's dogma principles have taught. In short, these unprecedented cosmic energies, as I stated earlier, had for purpose to bring Gaia, our Earth, into a higher conscience dimension because our Earth is a living entity, not some rock in the void of space. And this principle for many is ludicrous, as the same ones that believe we, humans, are the only ones in existence in this galaxy. Absurd, of course. So, here we are at half of the year 2026, surrounded by wars, conflicts, social disparity, economic inequality, and subversive politics, etc. It seems at times, humanity has entered a version of stagnant incubation with no evidence to improve. Most often, people accept it as personal choice, and it may be, but it was for this reason the shift came into being for all of humanity, not for some. However, ultimately, it came to be a separatism after all. The reasons: free will. Yes. The freedom to believe or not in what seemed to be an orchestrated conspiracy by illuminated individuals known as seers, mediums, or people with foresight gifts. In general, it was prognosticated and prophesied even in the Bible, but somehow it failed to unite humanity as originally conceptualized. So here we are at mid-year, and for most of humanity, it is far apart as it was in the year 2012 when Gaia's shift began its journey of ascension. Although a small group known as ascended beings did capitalize on the principles of transformation, awareness, and ascension to prepare for the future in which a higher conscience would emanate from the cosmic energies affecting Gaia, subsequently, humanity. Those that saw the writing on the wall, sort of speaking, became the ones that prepared mentally and spiritually, but not spiritually as you conceive it to be today. They did not possess any great knowledge that separated them from any other seer. They simply adhered to a belief that, for one, we were not the only ones in this cosmos, but rather we are like brand new kids in the block in which many other neighborhoods are other families and friends enjoying a world of excitement and comradeship. Believe it or not, that was and is the vital principle that flared in the mind of those that were affected by the cosmic energies affecting their cognitive intuition and beliefs in being a greater being under the great auspices of an infinite source whose main interest was to upgrade humanity's consciousness as it would Gaia, our Earth. In simple terms, the divine source, you have known as God, extended an opportunity to emigrate from an old Earth with its wars and chaotic history to ascend into a new Earth in which peace, truth, and unconditional love would dwell in every single human being. However, along the way, it seems humanity favored, for the most part, to remain in a mental status quo in which it denied itself the opportunity to ascend to a greater and very beneficial divine status. What warranted this life-impacting decision? Believe it or not, a hidden dark agenda that had and has existed for millennia and has suffocated humanity's spiritual existence, benefiting their subversive goals. Yes, it is as real as the air you breathe and the heartbeats you feel. Many names have been given to this darkness, but none can truly define it, as you will learn through your 9-day transformation, of which I shared in part I and will go in detail in the next article, The Power of Ascension, in which I can attest you will go through to reach the higher fifth dimension of the new earth, where unconditional love is its greatest gift. As for my own experience of it, there is no word I could use to describe the phenomenal beauty and grace the fifth dimension earth manifests in your new life. Everything you once thought of importance will no longer be. Your mind will never be the same again because you sense the power of intuition and how to interact with your thoughts and acquire virtues of mental power as you had never experienced. In short, your energies shift higher modes, your emotions become stronger and more pure. Your mind becomes stronger and more focused in ways you cannot imagine. For example, you can observe and predict behaviors of others but not as you used to do it before. You see the patterns of people's emotions and even sense their feelings of denialism and fears. In some cases, a complete indifference towards you they cannot perceive. This and much more will be shared in part 2, of the 9 Days of Ascension. Much peace to all of you. Be the gleaner the great and divine source desires you to be. And so it is, as is the now.